Disney had high hopes for Tron Ares at the box office. Now, I myself have never been a massive Tron guy, so I wasn't getting too hyped for it. I wasn't hyped to see Jared Leto in the starring role. I thought maybe, you know what, maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get some awesome visuals and maybe the story will impress me or surprise me. But it doesn't look like Tron Ares is going to be the hit that Disney so desperately was hoping that it would be after spending around $200 million on this project and hoping that it could get more of a return than it did for, say, Tron Legacy. Tron Legacy, all the way back in 2010, didn't exactly knock it out of the park, around $400 million worldwide. And it did start off with an opening weekend of $44 million and had an okay hold, over the Christmas holidays. Tron Ares certainly had to do better than that to be considered successful. Unfortunately for them, that is not going to be the case, because despite everybody thinking that this movie would start off with $50 million at the U.S. box office and almost $100 million worldwide, not exactly the case today, is it? Box office, Tron hits the skids with $33.5 million opening. Significantly below what they had hoped, significantly below projections, and significantly below the last entry in the Tron franchise from 15 years ago. $33 million. And globally, not exactly doing great there either. Tron Ares hits bump in the road with $60 million global opening. Now, like I said, you can look back at Tron Legacy, and that wasn't exactly breaking any records, didn't give them the huge return that they were hoping for, around $400 million worldwide. This is significantly less than that. And not only is it significantly less than that, to put it in perspective, since we've got Jared Leto starring in Tron Ares, maybe we should point out that Tron Ares with $33 million is less than the opening of Morbius. Morbius made $39 million just 3 years ago. And obviously Morbius was like, everybody made fun of Morbius. It was the punching bag of the internet, it was the laughing stock. People trolled so bad that they somehow got Sony to re-release it in theaters so it could flop fucking twice. Yet that movie had a better opening than Tron Ares. The big budget Tron Ares came in 10 million or so behind expectations domestically, or so. Like a couple days before this movie released, people were pegging it around $50 million. Some people had it in the $45 to $55 million range, but to be like, it came in 10 million or so behind expectations. Yeah, relying pretty heavily on that or so, and likely ends hopes of ever rebooting the sci-fi franchise. I don't think that Tron, I don't think that Tron is like a big enough thing to justify investing $200 million. The original one that came out in the 80s did all right. It was still viewed as a financial disappointment. I think Disney still lost a little bit of money on it overall. And, you tried to kind of reboot this thing. You've had a couple series here and there. You tried to do Tron Legacy, and you put in $170 million into Tron Legacy, and you didn't really make your money back there. I don't think that Tron is a series that you should throw $200 million into. I really think that you're trying to turn it into a bigger franchise than it actually is. And maybe if you do some cool stuff, don't necessarily focus on the hyper crazy fucking visuals that we see here, but maybe take it back to basics more often with the original Tron programming. You could probably do it for cheaper and shit. But no, this is Disney. They got to spend big time. They got to way overspend. And now they have another fucking flop on their hands. This is going to be a massive flop. Because now if it tracks similar to Morbius, a recent Jared Leto movie, or somewhere between Morbius and Tron Legacy, you're looking at a movie that might end its run $150 to $200 million. It's not even going to hit what you spent on production budget, let alone marketing budget, not factoring in the box office's take, which is about 50-50. This is a massive failure for Disney. And, for Disney looking forward, they have a couple things that probably will be winners later on this year. Avatar's probably going to be a financial winner. Zootopia 2 probably going to be a financial winner. But they have had so many fails this year. And Tron, looks like it's just the most recent one as Tron Ares bombs at the box office.